Hi guys, it's Colton with NT Popcorn Bucket Productions, and this is the Popcorn Bucket Show. This week's episode is my top 5 and least 5 favorite movies of 2022. So these are all based on my opinion, so don't go after me. Here's film number 5. So the Avatar The Way of Water is a sequel to Avatar, obviously, and a lot of people were a little skeptical because it's been 13 years since the previous installment of this film franchise by James Cameron, and I thought it lived up to the hype. I loved it. I saw it in 3D IMAX, which that was probably the best way to going to see this movie. I thought it was brilliant. The story was great. It did have a lot of the similar story beats from the first one, but it worked, and it still had its own original moments. I thought it was beautiful to watch, and I'm excited to see what else is in store for this franchise. I definitely give it a 9 out of 5 out of 10, and I love the family aspect of this film. That was probably my favorite thing about this film that I remember. So here's my least favorite, my 5. So Jurassic World Dominion, I wouldn't say it was a bad movie. I wouldn't say it was a great movie. I thought it was alright. And first I'll say, I love the dinosaur stuff. That was my expectation of the movie, was dinosaurs eating people, and that's kind of what you go for when you see these kind of movies. But it tried too hard to be like a fan service sort of film, and had a weird plot line to it that just it was confusing. They added a character from the past, and I just thought a lot of things did not work. I've heard the extended edition that they have of this film it made things a lot better. I still haven't checked it out, but I love the Jurassic World franchise and the Jurassic Park movies, but this, I just feel like ending the series with this was just kind of meh. So here's my number 4 pick of my favorites, Top Gun Maverick. So, to be honest, I never really watched Top Gun as a kid or anything. And so I went into it with the expectations of, it's a movie about, the Top Gun, whatever, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was such a fun movie. Tom Cruise comes back. Tom Cruise is a great actor, and any films like this, he's just great. And I loved Miles Teller in this film, and I feel like I would have appreciated this movie a lot more if I had more of a interest or knowledge of the first Top Gun. But without it, it still was a brilliant movie, and it captured me as an audience member. And I just enjoyed it a lot. There was a lot of great moments. I definitely give it an 8 out of 5 out of 10. It's just a lot of fun. Here's my number 4, and it just makes me sad, because when you wish upon a star, you hope to get a really good movie, but, with the trend of these live-action remakes, it's hit or miss. I love some of the live-action remakes. Beauty and the Beast was definitely one of my favorites. I love The Jungle Book. Aladdin was a lot of fun. But then there's some like Mulan I didn't like. Trying to think. Lion King, I thought it tried too hard. But this movie was just a joke. I couldn't take it seriously, and it kind of detracts from its original classic film that I grew up to love. And it just made me really sad, so I give this one a 5 out of 10, sadly. And I wish it was better. And Peter Pan's coming up, and I'm scared because, yeah. So, here's another Pinocchio movie. So it's Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which came out on Netflix. And this movie, 10 out of 10. Go watch this movie. I was a bawling baby because this movie is just visually stunning. It's beautiful. The story and how it portrays the story of Pinocchio is just so captivating, and just overall, I loved it. It was such a good movie, and the way it took approach to the story of Pinocchio was just so fun, so enjoyable, and I just definitely recommend it to Paul to go check this movie out and just sit back, relax, and just enjoy it because it's cute, fun, and yeah, it's Pinocchio. So, going down to my least favorite, number 3, Thor: Love and Thunder. It saddens me. I'm not actually crying. It saddens me the state of the MCU. And this movie really proves that. 6 out of 10. I loved Thor Ragnarok. I thought that was one of the best portrayals of the character of Thor. And him in Infinity War was amazing. Probably the best Thor we've gotten, peak Thor. But this movie tried too hard to be too funny. And it just couldn't take itself seriously. And it took such a great comic book story and just destroyed it. Gore the God Butcher is supposed to kick butt and do great things, but like, it didn't. It's very sad. So my favorite film, number 2, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Go check out my other video, 12 out of 10. I won't talk much about that, but I loved it. Great movie. Definitely one of the best movies in the last 10 plus years. So here's my least favorite 2 and 1. So Buzz Lightyear, whatever. I was excited for it. Like, genuinely, I wanted to see the movie and fell in love with but I just felt like it was too generic and it just didn't really make me care that much. I thought it looked really cool. That was a plus, but just, I don't know. I'm excited for the original stuff Pixar does, but when it comes and just tries to like make unnecessary movies, then it's not as fun. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's not as bad as the next movie. It's kind of sad to say that. My least favorite movies are all like Disney related films, except for Jurassic Park. Alright, Disenchanted. Let me tell you, this movie was disenchanted to watch. The songs were probably the best part, but this movie basically ruined the first movie. I thought that this movie, Enchanted, is honestly one of my favorite Disney movies. It's a great Disney musical. It does something different, and it kind of makes fun of itself in its own ways. But this movie just, it's hard to watch. And it made me so mad that, like, it wasn't good. It really did. I definitely 4 out of 10. And it really makes me sad that the state that Disney is. But the best movie is Fabelmans. When I heard this movie was being announced, it is an autobiographical film about the director Steven Spielberg, which is my all-time favorite director, directing such great films as Jaws, E.T., producing films like Back to the Future, and just so many classic films. He made a movie about himself, which is kind of meta, but like, the way he did it was so good. And if you love movies, you will love this movie, because it's just like a love letter to movies and Steven Spielberg and his life and how he became who he was. It's just such a feel-good movie, and I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend, 20 out of 10 recommend. It's such a good movie. It put me in tears, which most movies don't do that, but this movie did. So, yeah. I also want to do like a full video on Fabelmans. So what was your favorite movie of 2022? Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. And have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Also, another like little teaser. My next video will be my review on Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm planning on to this week. So, stay tuned for that, and have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching.